everybody, to yet another episode of the Beard Al Podcast, the podcast about two of the greatest things in the world, beer and Weird Al. I don't have an analog sound effect today due to the two reasons. Beer has already been poured, and two, it's a bottle. So,
and bottles are like so hit or miss. Like sometimes it does the perfect like beer commercial, and then other times it's like,
yep.
You know,
no. So
like, you're like, I assure you, I opened a beer.
We pre-opened them, but we'll be open more later.
They're being consumed.
They're being consumed,
yeah.
And
if you need proof of that, just fast forward to the 40-minute mark where Lauren and I are slurring.
No, right. So you heard a third laugh in this room, people. And it's literally in this room. This doesn't happen all the time.
Can we, before you introduce the guests, I think it's time that we discuss some wild disrespect that occurred in our house several times this week. There were many times this week where my wife would say to me, and then, and I won't say what she said because it's wildly disrespectful. I'll say he will be here at this time on Wednesday. And every time I had to say who, and then she had to use the proper title. And I just thought it would be good if maybe you started out by apologizing for not using the proper title.
That's true. So, I'm going to phrase it this way. I have in error been saying this whole week, Bob's going to be here today.
I know you're only repeating it like, you know, it's like when you hear someone saying something offensive and they go, I'm just repeating what I like, but it still hurts.
Yeah. And then he would say who, and I would go, Polka Bob is going to be here today. So
because it could be any Bob.
Yeah.
There's one Polka Bob.
Right. So hello.
And I am Polka Bob, and I am so happy to be here today.
Yay! It's quite the honorific, isn't it?
Yes. No. Well, you know, the thing is I love polkas, Polka Bob. It fits. I like it. So if I'm going to be known by your audience as something, Polka Bob is a way to go. I'm good with it.
That's fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah. So I want to paint kind of a picture for people listening to this, because we truly gave ourselves a magical evening in recording this episode. So Polka Bob came over. I had already ordered some pizza. So we sat down and enjoyed the finest of Pizza Huts.
Mm-hmm. Well, no one out pizzas the Hut. So.
That's true. They were not out. They got here fast too, and
somebody was probably on track to out pizza them. And they were
we would not allow this to happen. Yep. So we sat, we enjoyed some pizza, some good conversation, and then we listened to the polka at hand today together. So it's fresh in all of our brain holes, and every single one of us, while we were sitting there listening to it, had stuff we wanted to say while it was happening, but we were all like, save it for the show.
I have one quick question regarding this album and this polka and Polka Bob specifically. So anyway, and maybe this is better for Bob, or what one of you will give me an answer on this. Anywhere that Polka Bob goes, does that not in fact become a polka party?
I like it. We can do that.
That's a good.
Wherever Bob goes, Polka Bob goes. The polka party follows.
You know what? You wouldn't have said that if it wasn't for the massive disrespect displayed to you earlier this week.
Yes.
You know what? Hold on. I'm moving past it. I'm trying to move past it. But yeah, in my opinion, let's put a rule on it. If you show up and there's at least two other people in the room, I feel like a total of three people. It's
a polka party.
Like any two people plus Polka Bob equals polka party. Can someone second the motion?
I seconded.
Okay.
Passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means my house is always a polka party.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I'll put it this way, to paraphrase Kesha. The polka party don't start till Polka Bob walks in.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hooray. Well, now with the urgent matters out of the order.
Yeah, out of the way. Russ and I are enjoying an Orval Trappist ale that my dad brought as a gift for us. So we're enjoying that.
And the bottle looks like a bowling pin.
Bottle looks like a little bowling pin. Yeah.
I love the look of that bottle, because that's what I was going to say, is that looks like a bowling pin, and instead of knocking it down, you knock it back.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've got 6 here. We will probably only have 2 left at the end of this day, but that's all right. So as you know, if you looked at the title of this episode in whatever platform you happen to be listening to this podcast upon, we are talking about Polka Party. And if memory serves, the title of this episode is going to be a polka party, polka party, polka party.
I mean, I don't see why not.
So, that's a lot. That's a lot happening. This is, I've got not too many fun facts about this track, but a little bit of trivia that I wanted to throw here at the beginning. Obviously we know this, but this is the only title track polka medley. Right. That's duh. And an alternate version of this song exists in which Papa Don't Preach was replaced with Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung, substituting Everybody Weird Al Tonight for the lyric Everybody Wang Chung Tonight, followed by the line, quote, I want to be your sledgehammer, ending the medley. This version can be found during a live performance on MTV's New Year's Eve party in 1987.
So I was going to ask because of, is it the alternative polka that was going to have Buddy Holly in it?
Yes.
But there exists studio versions of that. This, so yeah, but what about this? This was just a live thing that he did?
This was a live thing.
Okay, I wonder if he switched out Papa Don't Preach because of the controversy.
Perhaps.
Like for live performance, I wonder if at that time he did.
That makes sense.
I wonder,
could see him doing that.
because you know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing with Buddy Holly was that he couldn't get the rights or something. There was an issue why it wasn't included. Like it was recorded then not included.
Yes.
But Papa Don't Preach was already included. So it just seems like a Weird Al thing to do, to be like, you know what? People are mad about that song. I'll just throw this other one in here instead.
You said 87?
Mm-hmm.
Was that 87 being the new year or 87 being the end of the year?
New Year's Eve party.
It'd have to be it'd have to be going into 87.
Going into 87.
Going
Yeah.
into 87.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, because he would have had even worse coming out.
Right.
in
It
88,
wouldn't
yeah.
make any sense to do it then.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a title track, so it makes sense for him to do this.
Yeah.
I like Wing Chun.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
You know, you have a button for this moment.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I really do.
Wait a minute. I'll go check.
I want to see. Why?
You know, it's like I make these sound drops for no reason.
Okay. The answer is unclear. The reasons for the removal of the Papa Don't Preach segment from the official studio version of Polka Party are not explicitly stated. However, based on an interview with Weird Al about removing Buddy Holly from another medley, licensing issues may have been a factor. It was
Not for live performance.
It was mentioned that they were unable to get the Wang Chung song cleared for the album,
Okay.
yet decided to play it live. Therefore,
Okay,
copyright or licensing issues may have prevented the inclusion of Papa Don't Preach in the studio version of.
No, that's wrong. The first part is more right.
Well,
Like
this is
you
what
can perform,
Google's AI spit
anyone
out.
on earth can perform any song they want live ever. That's why every guy can play with a guitar in a bar. So like he wouldn't have been prevented from performing Papa Don't Preach live.
Right.
But the fact, like what it sounds more like Everybody Wang Chung Tonight was supposed to be there, but then he couldn't get the rights for that. So he put Papa Don't Preach in there. And then when he did it live, he just switched it back to what it was going to be.
Mhm.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Because he wants people to hear it.
And as I always say, Weird Al, if you're listening, call me and let me know.
Yeah.
Because he has done that where he's substituted in a live version and what he originally planned and couldn't do. So that's not completely unusual. There are variations of polkas out there
Mm-hmm.
from live versions.
Yeah, oh, for
Because
sure.
you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things in early concerts that I loved about going to Weird Al concert is you never knew when he was going to throw out a parody that was not on the album.
Right.
And so I'll never forget with Colors and Whites Keep Them Separated.
Mm-hmm.
Or He Near, Far, Wherever You Are while he's holding a pizza box in his hand.
Yeah.
So,
and then he did Your Pitiful live.
You did your
Right.
pitiful.
And Snack All
live.
Night, I think, got played, maybe not the whole song, but
But it was part
some
of a thing.
yeah.
I'll repair for you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
So you never know when he's going to do something. That's always a lot of fun. You never know when he's going to do something that you've never heard before.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's very true. It's very true. So, well, we're on to the polka party bit of the polka party. So many polka parties.
Lots of polkas and no dots.
Yeah. So I right here at the jump, I'm just gonna run down the tracks that are included in this, and then the three of us will go through it one by one and kind of give our thoughts about each segment of the song. And at some point near the middle of it, we'll throw it to ads for people because that's what happens. I'm sorry, I had to laugh because my our elderly Doberman just decided to get up off of the floor in the most like, oh boy, kind of way. So here are the songs that are included in the Polka Party medley. Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. Susudio by Phil Collins. Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy. Say You, Say Me by Lionel Richie. Freeway of Love by Aretha Franklin. What You Need by In Excess. The Harlem Shuffle by the Rolling Stones. Venus by Bananarama. Nasty by Janet Jackson. Rock Me Amadeus by Falco. Shout by Tears for Fears. Papa Don't Preach by Madonna. And it ends, obviously, with the Earbooker polka, as all of Al's early polkas did.
Did you say we're going to go through each song?
Yeah, let's
okay,
do
good.
right.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to spend an hour on each song, but I have a lot of thoughts to share on each of the songs. That
No, yeah.
Of course.
That's what we're going to do. So it opens with Sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I can't hear Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer without thinking that, like the little scream in it where the glass breaks. Like, that's just brilliant to me.
Well, for me, it's the ding, ding, ding. I love it.
The sound effects, yeah.
So to me, this polka, more than any other polka, I hear the sound effects. And it feels like there's always sound effects, but it feels like there's more in this one. And I love every minute of it.
Well, they're all well used. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? There's not a point where you're like, ugh, I wish that wasn't there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all of them are like great use of the sound effects.
Yeah, I feel like you're absolutely right. You know, and we're going to keep talking about polkas for as long as people will listen. But one of the things about like the early polkas, especially like with the polkas on 45 and polka on Dare to Be Stupid. Polka.
Wait, no.
Polkas on 45 is on in 3D. What's the polka on Dare to Be Stupid? Well, I'm just Hooked on Polkas.
I was about to say Hooked on Polkas was my guess.
Yeah, I was having a brain fart there. But yes, this one is where the sound effects really start coming to the fore.
Right. And where they push and look, Sledgehammer and the ding, 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 it makes sense. And it sets the tone for the rest of the polka.
Yeah.
The other thing I really like about starting here is the pace is like frantic. It is boom, and it's high energy, it's fast, and it's like we're coming at you fast, and we're not going to let up, and it doesn't let up.
So I'm going to ask, I absolutely, and this is a question more for you guys than me because while I was alive, I wasn't really forming musical opinions just yet at this time. Let's just say that. So with it being as like, this does feel like a very frantic polka. And is that indicative of like the state of like popular music in 1986?
Oh my God,
feel
yeah.
like, I mean,
look, here I'm like, you know how I feel about this. Anytime you talk about any music that didn't come out in the past year, people go, okay, grandpa. And the whole thing where people say, every generation says, the music before was so much better or whatever else. Okay, like I'm going to try and nutshell this, but like there's a reason why at Target they're not selling Cedar and Creed and whatever, insert band here, POD or whatever shirts. They're selling Def Leppard and they're selling, Whitney Houston and Led Zeppelin. And there's a reason why kids that are like 16, 17, 18, 19 are still listening to Led Zeppelin 4 and so on. It's because the music absolutely was better then. And like, that's a non-qualified fact. Like that's a real thing. The music industry, for as bad as it was miles ahead of where it is now. I say that, all that to say this. If you look at any week of the Billboard top 10 in the last, we're in 2025 now, probably I'd say about 19 years, every single top 10 reads exactly the same. It's whatever genre was in at the time, is that it's all R&B or it's all post grunge metal or it's all new metal, all that, right? It's okay. If you grab a Billboard top 10 from 1982 to 1987, any week of the year, you will see the most diversity you've ever seen in your entire life. There's a reason why Weird Al can't do what he does anymore. It's because what's he supposed to make a polka out of now? Right? You can only do so many mumble rap polka songs in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why
So
his last polka had to cover 10 years.
What he's doing there is like you would turn on the radio and you would hear all of these songs in a row. Take something crazy different like Freeway of Love, a song I don't even like that much. You take that, you would hear that on the radio, and then very soon after it, you would hear In Excess from Australia, right? Who hadn't even fully hit their potential to blow up yet. Mm-hmm. That's how it really was. Like it was so frantic's probably the best word that you used, because it was just every song that came on the radio after the last one was totally different.
So I'm with you, because up until let's say late 90s, I listened to top 40 stations because there was so much diversity and there's so many different songs.
Until they all got bought by the same company, and then they all
and in the late 90s, it was just like, nope, I can't listen to this anymore. And I was listening to specialty stations. It got into a little bit of country there, but real heavy into alternative.
Country had like another 6 years of being left alone. Right. For whatever reason, and then
until it got absorbed. But and into a lot of alternative, grunge alternative music, which is my go-to, what I like to listen to now. But the 80s, it's so many different things. I mean, look, you could have at this time period in '86, you could have made a polka of nothing but rock ballads.
Oh my gosh, the power ballad polka.
Dude, power ballad polka.
You could have made a polka of European power ballads at this time, or American power ballads, or UK.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
There's
like
so many. Yeah. But instead, you look at this diverse group of music. This is insane. And it is exactly reflective of the music. Al's got his finger right on the pulse of this is what American music is. This is what music is right now today, which I think is why it's the title track.
Yeah. You know what's funny is when you said finger on the pulse, and I'm kind of getting ahead, I guess I should wait, but I'll just say this. I had to look up today because I didn't remember when, I've a lifelong love affair with In Excess, but I can't know everything all the time. I try real hard to, but I can't. And I had to look it up today because I was like, I do not remember What You Need being a big enough hit because What You Need was one of those retroactive things, like when Kick blew up in '87 and all those singles sold, then like the radio stations played What You Need more. Yes. You know what I mean? No, I know. But in its time, I don't remember it being that big of a hit, and I had to look it up. It hit number 5, and I totally forgot. Like I don't know why. It's one of those things where I was like, I don't remember that song being a big hit. So what my point was that when I looked it up, I was like, was Weird Al just ahead of the curve with that? Like for example, the B-52s, I didn't even know who they were until like 6 years after his first record come out, and he's got Popeil on the first record. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even R.E.M., I would argue Spam, he did Spam before 2 years before Out of Time came out, when R.E.M. truly hit the mainstream with Losing My Religion.
True.
So that's why I looked that up today. I was like, was it Al like ahead of the curve with because I don't remember that being a huge, I remember it, but I don't remember it being a huge hit. And then I looked it up and I was like, nope, he was just doing what you said. When you said that is what triggered it. He's just saying, here's the most popular songs of the year.
You're much better on time frames than I am. End of the World as we know it. Where is that on the timeline?
That's 87. That's 87. So they did a record called Document that was very popular. That has End of the World and The One I Love on it in 87.
So I knew who R.E.M. was when that came out because I loved
depending on what circles you ran in, a lot of people knew R.E.M. from that. But it was
100%.
Like the skater crowd knew who R.E.M. was. Like the younger, And then 88 they did the album with
okay, because I got it from my stepbrother that fits skater. He was a surfer. Yeah. It fits.
Then you have 88 they did Green, which had Orange Crush and Stand.
Right.
And
love Stand.
But Al was way ahead of the curve for the mainstream media.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but anyways, I'm sorry. We can go past
we digress.
No,
we do that though.
But I will say that what you guys were saying about when you hear the original song, you can't unhear things every single time. The end of it when Peter Gabriel goes, "This will be my testimony." I go, "Yeah."
And what's interesting is I have a beautiful segue for us to get into the next track. So
Al had a beautiful segue.
Al absolutely did, and going from Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel into Susudio by Phil Collins, I love how he put two lead singers of Genesis next to each other.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's a thing I've never even thought about, and I'm certain Weird Al thought about it. You know, I've done that on your show before. I'm like, I wonder if Weird Al thought of that. He absolutely thought of that.
100%.
That's like it feels so incredibly intentional, and I also love his vocal inflection on the Susu Studio part. Like it's absolutely acknowledging that this is nonsense. Susu Studio. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to share on this because there's nothing I dislike about Susudio. But at the time that this album came out, I had heard that song, I don't want to overstate this, but like 70 million times on the radio. So like I was just like, when it went into it, there's a couple in this polka that the polka has aged well for me because nowadays when I listen to it, it's fine. But when this album came out, I was like, oh my God, with that song. Like, because there's more than a few in here that I was like, I don't want to hear that song anymore. But that's the thing with the studio. I love I love it in there. But at the time, it didn't really resonate with me because I had heard the original so much all the time.
There's a handful of songs that get overplayed and played and played and played and played. Kiss from a Rose is one of those songs for me that I felt was on the radio like every single time I turned on the radio. And Live Like You Were Dying, Tim McGraw. On a country station.
That's a karaoke jam for me.
Yeah, but it was one of those songs that was every time.
That's close enough.
Close enough. Careful.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Was one of those songs. And a college professor once told me that Signs, when it came out, Signs.
Tesla?
That was a song.
No, which one? The original or Tesla?
No, Signs.
Yeah, I know, but that's a cover. Tesla's is a cover.
Is that the cover?
What era would he have been listening to that song in? The 70s or the 80s?
70s.
Okay, then that's the original. Is the
when it came out, he said it was so overplayed that I remember listening to. We were hearing it in the 90s, and he's like, "Turn it off! I can't do it."
Yeah, the reason why the album Tesla did it on is called 5-Band Acoustical Jam is because the original band that did the song is called the 5-Band Electric Band, and the album that Tesla did it on is a live acoustic record. So the name of the album is 5-Band Acoustic Jam because the name of the album is a play off of the thing. No, that's why it was important to me. Either way, well, if it matters, the Tesla version was crazy overplayed too. But I was, the one I always default to is Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. When that came out, there were 3 major rock stations in Detroit at the time. They were all good. Again, this is before Clear Channel and the corporate goons taking over. But you would regularly change the station, and all 3 of them would be playing Paradise City at the same time. Now, granted, it's a 6.5 minute song, but still, you're like, dude, all 3 of you need to be playing this at the same time? So,
kind of, where did I end up here? I'm sorry. My thing with Paradise City is a joke that I tell, but nobody ever really laughs at. But I'm going to tell it anyway. Take me down to the paradox city where the grass is green and the grass isn't green.
Very nice.
Okay,
Very nice.
Gotcha.
I bet Axel would laugh at that. He's got a much better sense of humor than people think. He's like far more educated now than he used to be, and I bet he would laugh at that.
Like, it just makes me I crack. I heard that like
just if you think nobody laughs at it,
ago.
just take solace in the fact that Axel probably would.
Okay.
That sound like an English professor.
Probably was. Honestly, it probably was. But if we're done with the studio, we can move on to Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy, which this polka alerted me to the fact that this song existed.
What?
I didn't know.
Oh, that's right. You were nothing when this came out.
I have no reason.
I knew the song. I didn't know who did it. I didn't know it was Eddie Murphy, but I knew the song.
The very first time I heard it, and anybody who knows the song, you will forgive me of this. The very first time I heard it, I thought it was a Rick James song, but it kind of is a Rick James song.
Yeah,
like
100%.
He wrote it, he produced it, he's doing backup vocals on it. Eddie Murphy's more or less just there, so Rick James can be like, "No, do it again, so you sound right this time."
There's a shot in the video, right, where Rick James is standing behind like the control board in the studio, and he's like, "Give it to me!" Like it's just a weird like.
Nope. I was never a Rick James guy. He's one of those dudes that I totally appreciate everything he's done for music, but like I don't love what he does, So, but anyways, Party All the Time. For me, this is another one. If we're ever listening to a countdown, if we're on a throwback station, if we're in public and we somehow hear it, you will absolutely hear me go, "She parties all the time." Like
there you go. No, to me, this fits the polka. It's so. I like it here. I like the way it feels. I like the way he like the way it rolls off the tongue. I don't want to hear the original version. I want the polka version of this song.
It's funny because I listen to a lot of those Casey Kasem countdowns. I hear the original version more often in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years than I ever did in the last 20 before that, 30 before that. And every single time I'm always like, this isn't a bad song, but like, yeah, I'd rather just hear the polka and move.
Right. And move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I need to know. Well, how big of a hit was Party All the Time by Eddie
Oh, it was
Murphy?
huge. I mean, huge. I'm guessing it had to be a top 3.
Yeah, number 2 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100.
That
yes.
makes sense. Yeah.
It was number 8 on the
Song was
Billboard Hot Black singles.
I know that's the one thing that cracks me up, and it's not Casey's fault. It's truly Grandpa's from a different time. But if you listen to the countdowns from like the 70s through like 88, they changed the name of that countdown. It's not even Casey's fault. He's just reporting the news.
Right.
But Billboard changes the name of that countdown like 6 or 7 different times. And I think he just gets progressively more offensive.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because we were listening to Casey Kasem countdowns because they have the 90s and 2000s in there sometimes too. Like at one point, it's like the urban charts. It's like
the urban chart, and then they have the contemporary urban chart, and it's like, are you guys just using like an app and just like hitting a button and it spits a word out, and you're like, I don't know, call it that now.
Well, it's like, did you ever have that thing where Spotify puts a playlist together for you? Like, I get these things on Spotify where it's like, this is your moody new wave synth Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
So this is going to derail a little bit, but this might be interesting to y'all if y'all don't know. And I assume this will be interesting to somebody listening. So nowadays, with everything being so computerized, and from SoundScan forward, SoundScan came about in I think 1991 or so. SoundScan was the thing where they actually started to track real record sales. Like every single barcode that went through, that counted as a sale of that record. Okay. And they would ask, however the record store put it in their computer is how it got defined. So if the record store put Guns N' Roses under heavy metal, then it would count as a heavy metal record sale. And if the next store down the road put it under rock, it would count as a rock sale. Okay. Nowadays, that's much more different because all the metadata comes directly from the record label. So when the record label sends out your country song, if they say it's country, not that anybody would do that, release songs that are not country and say that they are. But if the metadata says it's country, every stream that it gets, it goes under that silo. Now, do you have any idea how record sales got counted before SoundScan? Okay.
I do not.
Check this out. This is real. They would count it as Billboard had an entire accounting firm that would call record stores in the nation and ask them what was selling. And if they had an idea, and the record stores had to keep books on how many they sold of all these, like manual books of how many they sold. And then they would ask the record store the demographic of the people buying it. So that's how, if you listen to a countdown from like 1982, Casey will go, this song was number 1 on the black charts, and it recently crossed over to the pop charts. It's because the whole time the song was out, at the beginning, the record stores would report who was buying it, and then as the whites got turned on to the dance song or whatever, like Another One Bites the Dust by Queen, great example, totally didn't sell as a to anyone white. Like Queen fans were like, what the hell is this crap, right? So record stores, when they were reporting the sale, were like, yeah, all these brothers and sisters are coming in for it, right? And then like as it became more of a hit, the white people would come in and ask for it, and so they do that. So that's how that song became a black chart song crossing over to the rock charts.
Interesting.
Right? So all of that is to say, like, Party All the Time. What triggered this in my brain is when you say it only made it to this on the black chart. It's because at one point the brothers and sisters were like, yeah, this is like not even like Rick James has done much better music than this. Like at one point they got sick of it and were like, yeah, we're not buying this anymore. But that's when the whites took over, and the whites were like, oh man, Eddie Murphy, he made me laugh on SNL. Like, you know, like I'm going to buy this song. So it's interesting how like the perception was of things back then, you know, like it's completely different than it is now.
Right. This is how you get the over 60s charts.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, for real. That's wild stuff. That's wild stuff.
I think there's a Soccer Mom chart, but it's all just Michael Bublé records.
I like Michael Bublé.
I do as well.
I'm Michael Bublé. Let's see. What's next after a Party All the Time is Say You, Say Me by Lionel Richie.
This is one of a couple of songs I don't like in the polka. I'll know. Okay.
Really?
I'm fine with it in the polka, but I don't like the original song. And
Okay.
I love Lionel Richie.
I was gonna say I really like Lionel Richie. There's so many good songs.
Name for me a song with a worse bridge in it than "Say You Say Me." That song is a beautiful ballad, and then it's got a dance bridge in the middle of it for no reason, and then it goes back to being a ballad. It's Lionel not trying that hard and still hitting it out of the park.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, I guess at the time he didn't really have to try all that hard. Did
No,
he?
he didn't. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the man is following up. Well, he came out of the Commodores. He put out his solo record with like Petty Lover and You Are and all that.
Right.
And then he puts out the record with All Night Long and Running with the Night and Hello.
All Night Long.
I mean, yeah, Lionel Richie could have just wrote down the words to Happy Birthday and sang it, and people would have bought it.
And Lionel is doing so many other things. I mean,
for sure.
He's behind We Are the World. He's writing songs for Kenny
he was
Rogers.
partially behind We Are the World.
Of course.
Come on now.
I mean, he's writing songs for Kenny Rogers. I mean, it's
Producing people. Yeah.
right. Lionel Richie is one of those behind the scene forces that I don't know that people realized today. I don't know realize until, he's a judge on American Idol.
Right.
No.
They're like,
Lionel Richie is there because Lionel Richie is a legend
Yeah.
in the music industry.
But yeah, I get totally. I mean, this was a huge hit. I get
It
why
won
it's in
the
the polka.
Academy Award and the Golden Globe.
Yeah, it was from White Nights,
Oh.
the Gregory Hines movie, I think.
Yes.
Which I've never seen, and I don't want to see because I don't like the song.
Well, that's fine.
See,
I
do like
Gregory
the song.
Hines.
I think the song's great. I love it here in the polka.
I like where it is in the
fits.
polka, yeah.
I also think that this helps. As we were saying, this could have been a rock ballad polka, and this
Right.
is very different. This is very different than what else is on the polka. I
Right.
like it. And
I like
of
it in the
course-
polka. I don't. There's a couple in here that I don't like the original song at all, but I like it in the polka.
Yeah,
I like the
I
say
think
it
this fits.
together naturally.
Naturally. Yeah.
and it's so different than the actual song. And
Oh, I
like
know.
that. It's so different than the actual song.
That's the beauty of the polka.
Well, and here's the thing. That's a nice slow song. The frantic
Until
pace
the bridge.
of this polka.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I agree.
So speaking of frantic paces, is that how you drive when you're on the Freeway of Love? Which is
Oh, this is another one that I don't like. The
Freeway
original
of Love by Aretha Franklin.
I love Aretha so much, and nope, not this song. And again, I like it in this polka, but the original song I just do not like.
Yeah. So let's see.
Um,
Belladonna's over here giving Bob a hard time.
Giving who a hard time?
Polka Bob a
What are you
hard
doing?
time.
Did
I
we
am the
not? We
worst.
opened the show.
we're
discussing
even
this.
on the show.
I know.
I know. I'm kind of the worst. So Freeway of Love hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, it was big.
Number 11 on the U.S. Adult Contemporary. Number 1 on the Dance Club Songs. And number 1 on Hot Black Singles.
Yep. I love Aretha. There's not much that she does that I don't like. I just never cared for this when it was out, and but I like it in the polka.
Do you think this is one where Al is like, I got to get her in a polka, and this might be my last chance?
I mean, it was an enormous hit, so
No, it was. But I mean, do you think this is one of, hey, it's Aretha Franklin. I may never get another chance. I want to have her in a polka.
I mean, that may.
This might
I
be
don't think
my
that was.
chance to
I
do
don't
it.
think that was a driving factor.
Well,
Driving.
Good one. Very good. Very nice.
You drove right into that one, Russ.
Yep. There you go.
That's
But yeah,
fantastic.
I that may have crossed his mind, but I don't think so. I mean, it was an enormous hit. It's got to be
True. But as we talked about last time I was on, there are some songs that, or there are some artists that Al wants. I need to pay respect to this artist.
for sure.
And I need to get him in a polka. And I'm wondering if this was that opportunity.
That's very possible.
It's
yeah.
a big hit. It's Aretha Franklin. I've got to include her.
Yeah.
And so that this is one of those that it's a number 1. This is my chance to get her in.
Right.
I had to laugh because I've been enjoying myself on the Wikipedia pages for all of these songs in this polka while we're having this conversation to see if I could find any nuggets to bring, like while we're going at this.
Okay.
Do you know who played synth bass on Freeway of Love?
If you're super excited about it, I can't.
I'm not
remember.
super excited.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I just cracked it. Just kind of.
Please don't be Randy Jackson.
It totally is. And
Son of a
do you know how he's
Randy.
built? Do you know how he's billed on here?
Did you know he was in Journey Dog?
Dog, yeah. Do you know how he's billed on here? Randy the King Jackson.
Oh my goodness. Listen to me. First of all, there's one Jackson that's the king. First of all.
Agreed.
Second of all, you only played on one Journey album and you only toured on what. Stop telling people you were in Journey. Third, and I love saying this about him anytime it comes up, that's a no for me, dog.
That's totally fair. Oh, Sylvester sang background vocals on. I love Sylvester.
I have a question. Where are we at in the polka? How many songs are there to go?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're almost halfway through.
We are 5 in. Let's talk about the next song, and then we can.
I was going to say, then we should break because this has been a quite the wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. We're doing a good job here. So, Freeway of Love takes us into What You Need by NXS.
I love the segue. I love it. Just in a pink Cadillac. Instantly
Right. I was going to say we can't go past Freeway of Love without mentioning Pink Cadillac.
That's true. And the horns.
Right. Again, what I said about sound effects early on, the horn right there with pink, it's perfect.
Yep.
It is absolutely perfect. It is genius to do that. And then, as you said, the segue right into the next song.
And for
so
me,
good.
What You Need here proves that it's not just R&B or pop hits that Weird Al, when he puts it into a polka, he puts it very much his own spin on it. Because What You Need is very much a guitar and synth, like pop, rock, and funk monster of a song. Like the production is huge on it, and he just like turns it into a really tight polka real quick, like, and hits everything. The whole the synth part, the dun 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 dun, and all that, and Michael Hutchins owns the patent on like sensual vocals, and Weird Al delivers it in the opposite of that.
That's why.
Yeah. And then what you need, give me what you need. Like it's just
like almost Chipmunks. Give us what you need. Give us what you need.
I mean, it's just and one of the things about NXS's style is, and this is across their entire career, is they have that like slink to them, like a song that sounds like it's faster than it is, or the band is going at one speed and Michael Hutchins is just taking his time, being cool as ice, and the fact that like this is just the opposite of that. Like it is just like if NXS had like an attention span problem, then this is what they would have recorded, like it's insane to me how, again, it's not just, if you take R&B and you do it like this, of course it's going to sound different. Like this,
right.
This is like the opposite in every way of I mean, there's some R&B in it, but it's the opposite in every way of an R&B song, and he's still able to put his own spin on it in the polka.
Right.
It's perfect.
Perfect. And again, we're now talking about super popular songs that everybody knows. And I mean, it fits. It's just like it's plug and play.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is one of those where everybody's going to recognize the song. Everybody's going to know what this is. I mean, anybody who's listening to music at the time is like, oh yeah, of course that's in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I got nothing else to say. I mean, it's a perfect place to. Yeah, we're just going to take a break now, I think, right? Do you have anything else to say about What You Need or anything? We're halfway through the polka. Polka Bob?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm ready for a break.
Okay, we're going to take a break. And so listen to these ads. Enjoy them. Remember, they're entirely your fault. And we'll catch you on the other side.
If you're into comedy, game shows, and improv, you should come check out BFYTW. We are an adult British-inspired comedy panel show. New episodes release every Thursday through your favorite podcast player or bfytwpod.com. We're also a founding member of the OddPods Media Network and would love for you to join us for some laughs.
Each of us identify with one of the Golden Girls. I'm Sophia, Aaron is Dorothy, Kristen is Sweet Rose, and each week we'll have a guest sit in the Blanche spot, the naughty seat. Come join us on the lanai for some cheesecake.
Part of the OddPods Media Network.
Yeah, we ready?
Yeah,
ready
go
to rock
ahead.
and roll? All right. And we're back. No?
What?
I did the and we're back, and you always do the thing that you didn't do it today.
Oh man, gotta go back to that cat.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Gosh, pay attention. Focus up. Focus up.
she can't even call you Polka Bob yet. I messed up.
I know. So yeah, we're going into the second half of Polka Party, the Polka Party polka.
Speaking of songs everyone remembers these days, I would argue no.
The Harlem Shuffle by the Rolling Stones.
No one remembers the song. Period.
I don't.
I barely remembered it when it was out. And I have to know, could you bring up the charts on this song?
That's where I'm going.
I need to know where this song peaked at, because there's like a couple of Stones songs from like 78 to around this time. Like, and if it's not Start Me Up, no one remembers them.
All right. So this was number 5 on the Hot 100, number 4 on the Hot Dance Club Play, number 5 on the Hot Dance Music Maxi Singles Sales, and number 2 on the Hot Mainstream Rock Tracks.
Good Lord, that is insane.
And
yet no one remembers it. Like,
number
no
1 in
one
New
remembers
Zealand.
this song. Now, having said that, I love it in the polka. The everybody, like,
you know,
I think was this on a soundtrack or something? I know what Stones album it's on, but I think it was on a soundtrack
Dirty
too.
Work. She's the
I guess maybe not. Okay.
Nope. Keith Richards had been looking for songs to possibly include on the album and had been working up songs with Ronnie Wood and Bobby Womack while waiting for Mick Jagger to return to the studio in Paris after doing promo work on his solo album, She's the Boss.
Which did not sell.
To Richard's surprise, Jagger liked the feel and cut the vocals quickly. It became the first cover songs the Stones had released as an opening single off a new album since 1965.
Huh.
Did you say it was a cover?
Yes, It was originally done by Bob and Earl. They're in 1963. They were an American singing duo, best known for writing and recording the original version of the Harlem Shuffle.
So they're best known for writing the Stone song that no one remembers.
I was going to say, look, so I haven't told this story yet, but I have told this story on this podcast. This is the album, the Polka Party was the album I didn't know existed. So I was working at a summer camp in '88. And I was a big fan. I had all the albums, or so I thought. And then, so I'm working, and I was working in a commissary. And so we were kind of isolated, and we were playing music. And the guy I was working with plugs in a Weird Al cassette tape at the time, '88.
Next thing you know, you were living with a hernia.
Heard before.
Yeah.
And it's like all new songs. And I've got a brand new polka.
That's rad. Wow,
This is the one
everybody else
song?
got one Weird Al album in 1988. You got 2.
I got 2. And this was the song on the polka. I had no idea what it was. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew every song on this polka. I liked every song on this polka. This song,
So, like,
this is one of those times it's like, I don't know what the song is, but it fits. It works.
I feel like I've proven on the show that, like, I'm the guy that remembers every song. Like, Lauren knows I'm always like, oh, no, yeah, that was a song that was a hit then or whatever. But the thing I do is what I did with What You Need earlier, where I'll be like, I don't remember it. Like, I totally remember it, but I don't remember it being that big of a hit. What I have found, at least for me, is why I have memory holes on stuff like this is because, like, when this song came on, I must have just changed the station like every time. Like, because I have zero recollection of it being like a top 5 hit, you know? And when it started, I just must have been like, yeah, I don't want to hear this.
Thank you. Yeah,
But if it hit top 5, then I totally get why he put it in the song. Plus, it's the Stones.
Well, and this is
Right. And of course, this is, sorry.
No.
I was going to say, this is long before he decides, I like the Stones so much, I want to make a whole polka out of them.
Yeah, well, that's the polka. That's the next polka after this one is the Hot Rocks polka. That's the next polka that we get. But, so fun fact, every polka that Weird Al did in the 80s includes Mick Jagger in some way.
Right, because of State of Shock.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then the Rolling Stones on the polkas on 45.
Right.
So it's just interesting. You know, like, I don't like this on here, but I think that's just a fun little tidbit.
Yeah, if nothing else, it's like the thing that carries the tradition.
Yeah.
You know? Plus, he wouldn't have known at the time that it wasn't going to age well or that people were going to forget about the song. Yeah. Age well is not the right term, but that people were going to forget about the song.
He can't predict all of it.
And it's the Stones. I mean, the Stones are legendary, and who knows what's coming with the Stones at this point.
He had 2 missteps with the Stones on this album.
Yeah.
Toothless people.
But again, we'll cover that. We'll get there when we get there.
Great
But that was,
lined
I
up
mean,
for
that was.
But again, it's how do
what are
you
you
know?
gonna do? That was a hit. The movie was a hit. The single was a hit. You know.
So
that song is not my favorite.
No,
I mean,
we got
a whole
I've got
episode
a whole
about
episode
that.
to do about it, but it has grown on me in its weird way. But yeah, the Harlem Shuffle is followed by Venus by Bananarama, which is a cover of the
Obviously,
Shocking
cover,
Blue.
yeah.
Which this was a huge hit.
Oh my
Heck
Lord,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, this was a huge hit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those. It's on the polka, and it's like, oh well, of course everybody knows this song.
The
And it's
covers that were hits at that time, like in the mid to late 80s, were just enormous. Just a ridiculous amount of hits.
This is one of those songs that is like a no-brainer. Oh, this is going to be in the.
Yep.
This is going to be in the polka. I'm sure this is one of those. Is like, oh, circle this song.
Yeah, if you're like looking at the charts and being like, okay, what are we doing? Like, well, yeah.
But
that's
can you name another Bananarama song?
Cruel Summer.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I hear.
I think I'm out now, but I at least have the other one. But I like that one because I'm sure they didn't write it, but at least that was their original. Like I like that they had a hit with one that wasn't a cover. You know?
Yeah, I remember the name. I couldn't sing us.
As soon as it started, you'd go, "Oh, I totally remember this song." It's one of those things.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything. Bananarama has several UK.
Yeah, they're one of the bands that were like they were bigger over there than here.
Yeah, but they did a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Cruel Summer.
They're a cover band. Okay.
Essentially,
Cruel Summer was a great song.
Cruel Summer is a very good song. I enjoy it quite a bit. Yeah, but Venus was the thing to put here. Like, absolutely, it's I'm at your desire.
Yep.
It fits. This is one of those polkas where you take all the songs and together it's just masterful. It's like these all fit so well that it's one of those where it's just like, okay, it works on its own.
Right.
It just works on its own.
This polka absolutely, like, again, because we've talked about these polkas leading up to this before, and I like the polkas that really feel like a snapshot of like when what
Right.
Oh,
what
yeah,
was,
absolutely.
what was
Of
happening.
course.
And this is so that this polka helps my brain in trivia
Yes.
when being asked like, oh, when did that
Right.
song come out?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things, like, absolutely. So Venus is followed up by what might be my favorite part of this polka is Nasty by
Yep.
Janet Jackson.
It's really good. And again, you don't have to bother with all the chart stuff, but like she had such a run of hits off of that record. Control,
Right.
Nasty, What Have You Done For Me Lately? Even the ballads, Pleasure Principle, Let's Wait a While. The record was loaded. And he could have done any of her, like at a minimum, he could have done Control, this or What Have You Done For Me Lately?
Right.
And now this is going way through the back door for this. But this is the closest he ever came to actually doing any Prince material, because the song was written and produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis from the time, who more or less stole Prince's Minneapolis sound when they left the time. And the only songs that they did, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did as part of the time were with Morris Day, but all of those songs were written by Prince. And so when you listen to the Control album, there's a reason why it sounds like a Prince album. It's because the two guys who wrote and produced that record had left Prince's organization. So Prince putting Nasty in this is the closest he ever came to actually directly covering Prince in any way. Now,
Yeah.
Prince had nothing to do with the writing of that, so he didn't backdoor it and go, well, I'm going to do this and just call it, no, but like Prince had everything to do with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. It's like saying, when you listen to Stevie Wonder records and it's like, well, it's not exactly Motown. Yes, it is. You know what I mean? So like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were like really just putting out Prince records with Janet Jackson singing them. Of course, it wasn't written as well, but still, this is the closest Weird Al came to actually like being directly connected to Prince material.
Yeah.
This is one of those when it was out, and I know, Lauren, it's a little before your time. When this was huge. This was absolutely
The Control album was enormous.
huge. Yeah, oh yeah, but Nasty
Yeah.
as a song. I mean, you say that and you say what have I done for you lately? And
Yeah.
it's like those two songs back to back. Janet Jackson was everywhere, And
that's before the ballads.
Dominated the charts. Dominated the charts.
Let's Wait a While, Pleasure Principle. That was on the same record.
Yeah,
they were enormous. Side note, I just remembered that the last time I saw Prince in concert, a year before he passed away, he covered What Have You Done For Me Lately?
Did he really?
Yeah. So it's funny that he covered the song that Jimmy Jam Terry Lewis released to kind of rip him off.
That's fantastic.
He also did Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael that night too. So he kind of did both Jacksons with talent in one night.
Yeah. No, this nasty, great Janet Jackson song. Possibly one of my favorite Janet Jackson songs. And
it's up there, yeah.
But here, oh my gosh, it fits so well.
I love
so good
the way he does all of this. And actually on the Wikipedia page for Nasty by Janet Jackson, it does mention in the legacy portion that Weird Al Yankovic included the song in his polka medley Polka Party from his album of the same name. But the picture that they include of Weird Al in that section is from him performing The Saga Begins in like the early 2000s.
Weird. So I will say this: I don't know what instrument it is, but under the nasty boys don't mean a thing. Where it's the instrument on the polka, where it's like does a doo 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 doo, because like that synth part is iconic from
I
Nasty.
think it's a clarinet.
Dun, 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 like that's like classic Minneapolis keyboard driven stuff, and then Weird Al's just like doo 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 doo, like it's just I love it so much.
I think his keyboard, if you notice, that is actually carried through the whole polka. That sound, and you hear it here,
it's in
but it is carried throughout the whole polka, where it is doing,
whatever the
I don't know if you call it the melody or the harmony or
melody.
I'm not a music guy, I don't know that, but I do know that you hear that, so it's not out of place here,
right?
Because we've heard it in the other songs in the polka, but here it plays that important part that really just drives it home of, yes, this is Nasty. This is the song. And I it's got to be a synth. It's got to be a keyboard of some sort.
That I think it's a clarinet.
It could be.
You think
it's
so?
It's on the Janet Jackson cut is for sure a synth, but on the Weird Al cut, I think it's a woodwind of some
There's
sort.
a clarinet.
But
is there
on the personnel for the album? So I would assume
the segue into the next track, I absolutely love.
Oh my god,
I like this part.
I like this part
because I've never liked that. And they left that. That's it's not a mistake, but that's Janet just talking in the studio.
Is it?
That's when she was cutting her vocals. And that's literally her talking to someone, going like, "I like this part," and so that's why it's.
And
in
they left
song,
it in.
And they left it in. And I've never liked it ever since I was like the production nerd in me is like they should have taken that out. But from the very first time I heard the Weird Al polka, I was like, well played. Like you got to throw that in there. You know?
It's so good because he's gonna do a little bit. You got to have some music. Got to have a little break in there,
right.
And to throw that in, like, well, you know what? I like this part too.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he says it, and it's like that's what I'm thinking. Is like, I like this part too. Let's go.
And it's funny
because I know what we're going into.
If you're not,
and I do like this part.
If you were overly familiar with the original, or anyway, you just be like, I like this too, Al. You know, like
right?
Yeah,
I like this too. Let's go.
Yep.
Because I know what song's coming next.
Right.
And I like this part.
I like this part too. It's ridiculous. This song does not compute in my head.
I don't.
Rock Me Amadeus?
I don't understand what you're. It's not computing how you're saying it's not computing. I don't know what you mean.
I don't understand how or why this was such a massive hit that it was.
Massive.
So
Massive.
I'm not going to break.
I don't dislike it.
I'm not going to break all the eggs to make this omelet, but I'll just say this. I'm going to quote Roy Hay from the Culture Club when I say this. It was the 80s, mate.
Okay, I mean that's fair because it was number one on This was number 6 on the Hot Black singles.
Rock
Me Amadeus.
Yeah, it's a rap rock song.
I know.
You have to remember, Run DMC was enormous the year before, or earlier in that year. And at that time, like, and by the way, before anybody is like, Run DMC was it? Yes, I've heard the message by Grandmaster Flash, and I'm aware that rap and rock go back before that. But mainstream, Run DMC hit, and you have to remember the cats over in Germany. And we're playing with this type of stuff way before we ever thought of it over here. So, you go back to Kraftwerk with like really working in like beats and synths and spoken word. So 6 years later, here comes Falco to be like, I have some things to say about Amadeus.
Yeah,
But
now's the time
I
It's when we dance.
adore that there's so much complexity in the Falco track in the original, and Weird Al doesn't even try for any of it. Like, I think on purpose, he's just like, he's like, I'm going to boil this entire song down to this one tiny part from it and move on.
Ooh, rock me, Amadeus. Ooh,
Which is in the original. That part is in the original.
100%. I mean, this was such a massive hit. This is one of those where I'm listening to the polka going, oh, wow, I love that song. One of my favorite things is you do a Weird Al polka, you don't know what's in, and you go, oh, I love that song.
Right.
Oh, that's such a great song.
That this is another thing like 99 Love Balloons too, where this was a big hit twice because they released it in another language and it was a hit again.
oh wow,
Rock Me Amadeus.
that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. No, this is great. I love it here. And I love that it comes right after. I like this part because I like this part.
I know. I don't know if you've ever seen the video for Rock Me Amadeus.
I've seen the video
Okay,
for
I was
Rock Me
going to say,
Amadeus.
because if you haven't, your mind's about to be reblown.
No, I've seen it. I've seen
Now
it.
that I can explain. That was brought to you by a substance called cocaine.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
it was.
what all that powder was.
Yeah. That's what they mean when they say powdered wig.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! I like this part.
Well done. Well done.
I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of, the music, geek in me appreciates the, all the obsession with Mozart at the time.
Right.
Well, I mean, it was the movie.
It was the movie.
huge.
I know.
Yeah. Which I've still never seen. Apparently, that's the story of me and this polka. I'm just going to keep saying I didn't see the movie.
So yeah. I've never seen the movie either, but apparently, the movie Amadeus is, from what I understand, I just saw an article like recently say that like Amadeus is probably one of the most like accurate
It's
music
supposed to be,
biopics
yeah.
that has ever been made, and I'm like, well, that's interesting.
You know what's crazy is I haven't heard the song 20 years. And as we're
We
sitting
literally
here,
just heard it on Monday because we were at a barbecue, or the Monday before, we were at a barbecue and I had the Casey Kasem countdown on.
And it was on there?
It was one of the like top 100 singles of the year.
it's probably 20, maybe even 30 years. And
Probably 30,
while we've
yeah.
just been here, while y'all were talking, I'm sitting there and
You can hear the whole thing in your head.
playing
Yep.
in my head because I know this song.
I don't know if you know this, Bob.
so
We used
well.
to make music that good.
Right?
Like,
And what you just said about the complexity.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this
Oh, there's a-
it's amazing what this song is.
I agree.
And for Al to put it in here and for it to be as good as it is and
let me put it
fit
this
the way
way.
it is.
If you're Weird Al
genius.
in
This is genius.
1986 or whenever he was recording this, 85 or whatever, and someone says, which of the songs in this polka do you think are going to age more poorly or people are going to forget faster? That Falco song or that Rolling Stone song? You would be like, oh, the Falco song, probably. And like, I would argue many, many more people remember Rock Me Amadeus than Harlem Shuffle.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
So what are we up to
we've got
after
two
that?
songs left.
Oh,
We've
boy.
got "Shout" by Tears for Fears.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I love this song to begin
It's another
with.
one that he could have done damn near anything on the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love Shout.
Mm-hmm.
I love this song. I love it here. This is. I just
Great.
you can just it's not Polka Bob, it's Robot Bob. I'm just gonna say, oh, I love this song. I love it here,
I like
and it's
this
just gonna
part.
repeat that over and over again.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I would rearrange if given the chance, and a lot of, Weird Al's catalog, but this polka is not one of them.
No, even like I say, like I don't love the original of Say You Say Me, but like I wouldn't take it out of this. No one remembers Harlem Shuffle. I barely do. I wouldn't take it out of this polka still though.
No.
You know what I mean? Like this polka is perfect the way it
It's
is.
a work of art.
Yeah, I couldn't agree
And
more.
for its time, I mean, again, this is why this is the title track. I mean, you listen to this song from beginning to end. If I was Al, I would be so proud of what he accomplishes with this song.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but also we saw in the biopic that at the time there was a rash of polka parties. So I would imagine that was also probably like kind of like trying to bring awareness to problem.
Of course.
I would imagine. The only other thing I want to say about Shout being in this is that this is for me, I forgot what song it was you mentioned earlier, but the way, maybe Susudio. the way he delivers the vocal and Shout is such a serious song. Like it's like, I mean, they're talking about men's mental illness, like 40 years. We say we talk about it now, but we really don't. But they were talking about it 40 years before anybody said we were going to talk about it. And the way he's, come on, like it's just great. Just wonderful.
It's true.
And again, you and I just had this discussion with somebody the other night about Weird Al's never laughing at, he's laughing with. And I don't think he would ever be like, yeah, I'm making fun of that. Because he's smart. He knew that's an important song. So the way he's doing it is very much laughing with. He's not laughing at it.
Oh, yeah. We had another couple over recently to listen to music. And like, they had no idea that Weird Al did stuff other than parodies. So we had to explain to them, and we put Poodle Hat on, played it front to back, and blew everybody's mind.
What made you decide to use Poodle Hat?
Because that's our favorite. The first conversation that Russ and I ever had is a Poodle Hat episode of this show.
Okay.
So
I like Poodle Hat. I probably would have gone with running with scissors.
That's fair.
If I was going to show somebody Al for the first time and had to have one album to say this is who Al is, I probably would have put on Running with Scissors.
Yeah, that's not a wrong choice either. You know, I think a lot of it is knowing who your audience is and like
I would agree.
What are they gonna latch onto? Yeah, absolutely. So we're at it now. We're at the end of this.
Right, Wang Chung.
Yeah, Wang Chung.
I was going to say, we're back to the controversy.
Well, while performing Polka Party live during when he was opening for the Monkees on tour, Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung was included between Shout and Papa Don't Preach.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then when he did it on the New Year's Eve thing, he just took out Papa Don't Preach.
I wonder, well, never mind. I've already wondered a bunch. I just wonder if maybe the one Papa Don't Preach like maybe fell off the charts even faster than the other one or something. I don't know. There's the decision process there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And who's to say? I don't know. But one of the things with this polka ending with Papa Don't Preach as it does, something always comes to mind for me. And there's an episode, I think it was before Jimmy Fallon even had the Tonight Show when it was still just late night with Jimmy Fallon. Mm-hmm. He had Lin-Manuel Miranda on as a guest because Hamilton was, just kind of starting it and doing all that stuff. And these two guys started geeking out about Weird Al and this polka specifically and the way this polka ends specifically. So these two are sitting there on the set of Jimmy's late night show going, I'm gonna keep my baby. And like they are laughing, crying with each other, like all about this. So there is a whole swath of people that know that Weird Al does this kind of thing because of that complete nerd out conversation between Jimmy Fallon and Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yep. And I love that it's this polka that did that because as we've been saying kind of like this entire episode, this polka is where he really was finding his feet with polkas.
No, I couldn't agree more. For all the faults that people say that this album has, there's so many pluses to it. And that the polka is like a shining example. Like you have this polka to thank for all of the polka brilliance that comes after it.
Right.
Like
no
end of.
There's a reason this is the title track. And this polka is setting the bar of, I experimented. I kind of got, okay, this is where I'm going. This is what I want to do with this. And now here's the bar.
Right.
Here's the bar. Everything has to be as good at this, if not better going forward.
Yep.
And I mean, honest to goodness, it sets the bar. There's a couple of polkas that we'll get to talk about that don't quite reach this bar. And then there's some polkas that are just like trying to pole vault over this bar and say, this is what it's supposed to be.
And like you said, I mean, we'll discuss it all when it happens, but like I would argue too that any of the polkas that fall short of the mark you can only do so much with the material that's around. Do you know what I mean?
So I do want to ask a question. The next album does not have a polka.
Right.
Is it because this polka is so good that Al doesn't think he can top it? Do we think it's because the timing of that next album is too close to this album to have songs to do that with?
That's what I think.
Or do we think that this is, Or do we think that, hey, he led with this polka and this album's certainly wasn't a hit. So, hey, I got to back off the polka. I mean, what is it? A combination of all of those?
I mean, my immediate guess would be that because they were released so close together and there wasn't like a ton because you got to remember, and again, Grandpa's going to go on about the way music used to be, but hits used to have legs back then. Stuff would be on the charts for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, you know? So like there wasn't really a ton of new material that had hit between now and that was enormous hits, you know? And like, I mean, there's so many parodies on that record that he covered like a ton of what was big hits at that point.
Right. So you heard it here, folks. Russ says 86 was a terrible year for music. You heard
I'll
it here.
say this, 86 wasn't even in the discussion with 84 or 87.
You're right.
So, I mean, it's a good year, but I mean, Prince put out 2 fantastic records in 85 and 86, and they were still like not, the years weren't anywhere in not even in a discussion with 84 and 87.
Right.
So,
I don't know. I mean,
who's to say
who
why
is to
Weird
say
Al does the things
why
he
does what he does? Because we had a polka
Why
on
does
an
he?
album
Why won't
in
he come on
84,
the show?
85,
The
and 86.
coward. You know,
Yeah.
maybe we'll start doing that. Let's try and shame him into it.
Shame him into coming on the show?
Yeah, because you know Weird Al has always been well react to that. You know, like,
Do we make him look like a jerk?
yeah, we're gonna make him look like a jerk in front of millions.
Well, dozens of people.
The dozens and dozens.
The dozens.
To quote Mick Foley, the dozens and dozens.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I love this. I love the selection of Papa Don't Preach to end this polka. I think it's great. I think it's a good, it's a great Madonna track to put in this situation.
Yeah.
And you're ending with Madonna.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, you're ending with Madonna. This is
And another record
it-
that had a billion hits off of it, like
Right.
True Blue. You could have done anything off that record and been
Anything.
fine. Yep.
But if you're going to if you want the last song to be memorable, I mean, and that's what he does with a lot of the polkas. You end with something that people are going to remember, something you can play with a little bit. This is that, and it's freaking Madonna. I mean, and of course, Madonna in 86 is not Madonna of today, who is still relevant 40 years later.
Right.
But it is, you kind of had the sense that Madonna was always going to be this star.
That's true.
Yep.
I mean, and so, yeah, end with Madonna.
I love it. That's true. You just got to end it with Madonna because that makes all the sense in the world. Oh, what a great thing. What a beautiful thing. I'm just trying to check and see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going to have a good time on this series. This is fantastic. But Polka Bob,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here to cover polkas. And we don't have to decide in this moment, but there is no polka on the next album. But we're not going to.
You know, that makes me sad, right?
I know we're not going to make you skip an album, though. You have
Yeah, but
almost.
notice Polka Bob elbowed his way into talking about even worse anyways.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, oh, you know what? Let's just have a quick even worse discussion.
Yeah. Well, no, you have almost carte blanche to pick.
I already know.
Oh, dang it.
I figured it out. I was looking at it, and I looked at it today because I thought it might come up.
Okay.
What song and Even Worse? And as I have shared, Even Worse is my album. That's the album, the first one that I really knew every song, and I love Even Worse. But as I'm running through the track list, there was one song that just absolutely slapped me up by the head and said,
Is it a parody or original?
original.
Cool.
And it is You Make Me,
Oh, jam.
which is my favorite song to see him play in concert. When his concert starts with You Make Me, I fanboy because it is so good. It's such, to me, the quintessential Weird Al song. And up until I looked at the track list, I was thinking, oh, it's got to be Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White. It's got to be
Jam.
Stuck in the Closet with Vanna White.
That's also
It's
a jam.
got to be because it's such a good song. And I look at the track list, I was like, no. It's got to be You Make Me.
That's such a jam.
That's so funny. You know, Bob, do you know what you accidentally did for the next album? I think it's great. You're accidentally setting yourself up to be the episode after UH Jeff again.
Am I really?
Yeah, because he picked
That's
this
fun.
song's just 6 words long, and then you picked You Make Me. So that's how it goes now. I mean,
we're gonna have to do that. So since I'm locked into polkas, UH Jeff has no choice.
he has no choice. UH Jeff has no choice.
He's always gonna be right in front of me.
That's fantastic. That's marvelous. Yeah, I mean, any closing thoughts about it?
Well, we have to rate the song.
Oh, we do have to rate
we
the
have
song.
to rate it. We cannot leave without rating this polka.
All right, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna give this a 27 because this is a very, very good polka. This is, again, like I said, finding his feet polka. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. 27 out of 27 for me. No notes.
Go ahead, Bob.
27 out of 27.
Yeah.
I have to. And there may be a polka coming up where I give it a 27 plus, but this
with a gold star. Ding.
is the perfect polka. It is worthy of being the title track for the album. It is the if I want somebody to know what in the 80s, if I wanted somebody to know what a polka was and say, okay, this is what Weird Al does with a polka, I would use this one.
Right.
100%. This would be the one I'd put on because in the 80s, you'd know every single song.
Yeah.
And except for Harlem Shuffle. You'd know every single song, and this is the quintessential where this sets the bar. It is the bar.
Before you all started, I was going to jokingly give it a 26 based on Harlem Polka or Harlem Shuffle being involved, but then no, like just be on the landmark alone of the fact that like all good polka leads back to this.
Right.
That's like I'll even allow Say You Say Me being involved.
Yeah, the perfect polka. Where do we go from here? I mean, because I know, pretty sure I know what polka's next, and this is a great polka.
This is a great polka.
This is the bar.
It's gonna be something else.
The polka that's next is Rolling Stones songs people actually remember.
True. True. And there's a lot to be said about that polka.
I could not agree more.
Because I love the Rolling Stones, and I love the Rolling Stones because of that polka.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of people, I'm not kidding, that bought the Hot Rocks album because it's we'll get to it, but it's based off of the Hot Rocks Greatest Hits package, which is why the polka is called the Hot Rocks polka.
Right.
I know people who bought the Hot Rocks CD because of that polka. So
that's
now I know more people.
Yet another one.
I just seriously, because I'm not the music guy Russ is. I don't know who back in the 80s, we don't have Spotify. We don't have the scroller where it's telling you who's singing what song.
We had a little man called Casey Kasem that used to tell me everything.
I have no idea, and I didn't listen to Casey Kasem, so unless I got the privilege every now and then.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I know lots of songs. I don't know who sings what. So it was one of those. I'm listening to Hot Rocks polka, and I was like, man, I know all these songs. This is great. This is a great polka. And then, this is all Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
Is it really? I didn't know I knew so many Rolling Stones songs.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Bro.
It was one of those where it's like, I like the Rolling Stones. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
None.
When we get there, that'll be very interesting because I'm already in my brain like, hey, you get off of my that's my favorite part of that
it's
polka.
a whole thing.
You realize we're teasing a polka that we're not going to
2
cover
hours from now. It's
for.
probably
But
months.
but every segue in that polka is perfect. So
It's delightful. Anyway,
speaking of segueing, we should segue to the end of this.
segue to the end of this. Polka Bob, thank you very much for gracing us with your polka presence in this polka party.
That's funny. I can't help but laugh.
He likes this part.
I do. So yes, no, thank you for having me. I love to sit here and talk polkas. I can do this all day. And matter of fact, if you wanted to, we could spend a whole day just cutting all the rest of the polkas, and then you could just have them in a time capsule. So
oh my gosh, could
boom,
you imagine?
we're just popping them in.
Yeah, right. That would be something else. But then we wouldn't get to have you over for pizza again.
Yes,
we would.
And that is part of the fun.
That is part of the fun of this. Well, Polka Bob, thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
This. Russ, thank you for rolling yourself in here as you do.
He
didn't roll himself. He rolls the chair.
It's literally the least I could do.
Next time you need to physically.
You didn't. I didn't even
yourself.
roll a chair today.
I rolled
you
your
did.
chair in there.
Yeah.
Thank you for walking in.
I finally got a chair guy. Roll my chair. In here.
Yeah, look at that. And thank you, me, for being here also. Anyway, we'll come at you again next time. I am hoping to have Insane Ian back to do a side one of Polka Party recap. And then we'll see where all of that goes and then move on to side 2 after all that happens. And yeah, we got some fun guests lined up for side 2 as well. So buckle up.
For sure.
It's going to be a good time. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.